Learn English to Hindi speak forms. Speak in.
बोलना.
Welcome to speak mode. Hey, you are about to make your Hindi voice wake up. Today you will learn how to say speak and who is doing the speaking, without sounding like a confused robot in a tea shop. Our star verb is speak, which in Hindi is
बोलना.
Think of it as the big umbrella form, the dictionary form, the form sitting on a sofa saying, I contain all the speaking. Under that umbrella, you get the action in real life.
मैं बोलता हूँ.
For I speak.
तुम बोलते हो.
For you speak.
वो बोलता है.
For he speaks.
वो बोलती है.
For she speaks.
हम बोलते हैं.
For we speak, and
वे बोलते हैं.
for they speak. If your brain says, that is a lot, tell it kindly, yes, but also deliciously learnable. The talking parrot arrives. Let's learn through a tiny story, because grammar alone sometimes feels like chewing cardboard. Meet Professor Parrot, the loudest language teacher in the neighborhood. Professor Parrot lands on a window and shouts, first, learn.
बोलना.
To speak. Then he points at himself, which is biologically confusing because parrots are dramatic, and says,
मैं बोलता हूँ.
He points at you with one suspicious eye and says,
तुम बोलते हो.
Then he points at the mailman.
वो बोलता है.
He points at the neighbor.
वो बोलती है.
Then a whole flock appears, and now everyone is yelling because this is no longer a lesson but a bird conference. The parrots flap together and cry.
हम बोलते हैं.
Finally, the humans outside complain, too much noise. And you whisper, yes.
वे बोलते हैं.
Quick form map. Now you will hear the forms in a neat little pattern. This is your shortcut section, the one your future self will thank you for. Speak equals.
बोलना.
I speak equals.
मैं बोलता हूँ.
You speak equals.
तुम बोलते हो.
He speaks equals.
वो बोलता है.
She speaks equals.
वो बोलती है.
We speak equals.
हम बोलते हैं.
They speak equals.
वे बोलते हैं.
Notice the fun part.
बोलता है.
Is different from.
बोलती है.
One little sound change, one big clue. Mini dialogue in a very noisy class. You are now entering a classroom where nobody respects indoor voice levels. Perfect learning environment. Teacher. Who wants to speak? Student.
मैं बोलता हूँ.
Teacher points at another student, and you? Class whispers.
तुम बोलते हो.
Narrator points at Ravi.
वो बोलता है.
Narrator points at Asha.
वो बोलती है.
Then the whole class becomes brave for exactly 4 seconds and says.
हम बोलते हैं.
Outside the room, the principal sighs and says about the students.
वे बोलते हैं.
All the time. Memory tricks that actually stick. Let's glue these forms into your memory with silly images, because your brain loves nonsense more than it admits. 4.
बोलना.
Imagine a giant mouth floating over a city like a balloon. It just means speak. 4.
मैं बोलता हूँ.
Point to your chest and imagine a microphone appears from nowhere. You speak. 4.
तुम बोलते हो.
Imagine your friend cannot stop telling a 5-hour story about one samosa. You speak. A lot. 4.
वो बोलता है.
Picture one man on stage giving a dramatic speech as if he is announcing the fate of the universe. He speaks. 4.
वो बोलती है.
Picture one woman calmly taking the microphone and instantly sounding smarter than everyone else. She speaks. 4.
हम बोलते हैं.
Imagine a whole group saying the same thing together like a cheerful language choir. We speak. 4.
वे बोलते हैं.
Imagine a crowd at a market, a station, and a family dinner all at once. They speak. Loudly. Very loudly. Practice drill. Now repeat after me in your mind or out loud. If someone looks at you strangely, congratulations, you look like a language learner. Say, speak.
बोलना.
Say, I speak.
मैं बोलता हूँ.
Say, you speak.
तुम बोलते हो.
Say, he speaks.
वो बोलता है.
Say, she speaks.
वो बोलती है.
Say, we speak.
हम बोलते हैं.
Say, they speak.
वे बोलते हैं.
Tiny quiz, big glory. Let's see if the forms are already dancing in your head. No pressure, just heroic educational suspense. How do you say speak?
बोलना.
How do you say I speak?
मैं बोलता हूँ.
How do you say you speak?
तुम बोलते हो.
How do you say he speaks?
वो बोलता है.
How do you say she speaks?
वो बोलती है.
How do you say we speak?
हम बोलते हैं.
How do you say they speak?
वे बोलते हैं.
Friendly conclusion. You did it, and your Hindi-speaking family just got bigger. Even better, you survived a chapter hosted partly by imaginary parrots. Today you learned speak as.
बोलना.
Plus the key forms.
मैं बोलता हूँ. तुम बोलते हो. वो बोलता है. वो बोलती है. हम बोलते हैं.
And.
वे बोलते हैं.
Thank you for listening and practicing with me. Keep repeating the forms, use them out loud, and do not worry about being perfect. Just keep going, keep smiling, and keep trying to.
बोलना.
In Hindi.